The festive season is fast approaching, which means it's almost time for the Christmas holidays. However, whether you're planning to spend Christmas Day abroad or simply after a bit of winter sun, you'll no doubt notice how quickly flight prices skyrocket as the year draws to a close. The good news is that there's still plenty of opportunity to bag cheap flights, especially if you're careful about when you book. In fact, new research from the flight gurus at Skyscanner has revealed that you could bag a bargain if you fly out on certain days, not to mention if you want to avoid the crowds of holidaymakers. For those on a budget, you may want to consider flying out on the 23rd December. Although this falls on a Saturday, which can usually be the most expensive day to take off, no doubt because of its close proximity to Christmas Eve, most people will already have set off, or are staying home to visit family in the UK. If you can, avoid traveling on Christmas Day, which is set to be the most expensive day to fly. For those who aren't fans of crowds, then you may want to stay home on the 22nd December, which tends to be the busiest days for airlines and airports. If you can, head off earlier on the 17th December instead, the quietest day. Oh, and if you want to know, the busiest airports around Christmas is London Heathrow, London Gatwick and Manchester. If you're spending Christmas at home but thinking of heading abroad for New Year's Eve, you may want to leave the traveling as late as possible. We're talking the actual traveling, not the booking. That's because the cheapest, and quietest, day for New Year's crowds is the 30th December. Yes, we know you'd be cutting it fine, but think of the money you could save and spend on an amazing New Year's Eve instead. If you haven't already booked a holiday but are starting to feel tempted to go in search of sunnier shores this winter, don't panic, there's no need to break the bank. There are some surprisingly cheap destinations in December, from Orlando to the Dominican Republic. Only looking to use up the last of your annual leave? Check out our handy guide to the best destinations depending on how many days you have left.